The following video you are about to watch contains adult language. Probably didn't need to say that, but I will, because just in case someone is bothered by that. Tacos. Hey, you guys, you know, my feeling when, you realize you've been making your life infinitely harder when syncing these videos, because you didn't realize you could just use the up and down arrow keys in the main menu to help sync your video. So instead of having to randomly click something and go like, a click at the same, so you sync it up properly, you could easily just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 that shit. And then you show, like, an emoji of, oh, you, or so, I don't, hey, hi-ho, and howdy, boys and girls, and, perhaps, I don't know, a mythical dragon monster, who defies the laws of genders. There's a law of gender? Well, that's a conversation to be had another time. Your boy don't like to get political here. Is that political? It involves dicks and vaginas. That shouldn't be as political as it is. Anyway. Speaking of body parts, motherfuck, the last episode, in the neck, with a spork. Yeah, it was a thing. Thankfully, seemingly, we managed to get through it. In the end, I just had to frame by frame censor every... Jesus Christ. This is why you will die sad and alone. Frame by frame censor all of the anime titty. Cause that's where we are in life. Anyway, before we get started, I really quickly wanted to say thank you guys for the support that you guys did give me. I knew it was going to be a pretty big drop-off because of my month disappearance when it comes to views and just everything. But I want to say, for everyone who did stick around, for everyone who, you know, came, kicked it, and seemed to enjoy the comeback and everything, I really appreciate it, and thank you guys so much for your support and your understanding. Only like one person was actually in the comments, but they were like, yo, dude, it happens. You know what you gotta do, and that means a lot to me. Because for whatever reason, I always have a much darker view of YouTuber-idness and the internet. Because it's the classic joke, and it's a reality for most of the time, of just how dark and terrible this fucking place is. Especially when it comes to those people who are in your audience, or who are just around who hate you. I don't know, it's a thing. So, I don't know, I always have a much more concerned, anxiety-filled fucking view of, like, the comment section and the support I would get on my videos, and then every time one goes up, I get proven so fucking wrong, and it means the absolute world to me, to have people out there who care. Maybe it's just because I'm still relatively fucking small. By relatively, I mean absurdly so. But, I don't know, every little bit of support that you guys give me means the absolute world, and I don't want you guys to ever think that I don't take notice of it. I don't ever want to be the person who doesn't take notice of it, because I don't know, it makes the things that are frustrating and awful and terrible completely worth it. It makes dealing with things like blocking and fucking copyright shit on YouTube, or just the frustrations of putting things together, the mishaps in recording. It makes the sitting and watching an anime and crying for 20 minutes straight, weeping, sobbing like a baby, just tears everywhere, head in my hands, for 20 minutes straight in a video. It was a very good episode. I'm not, it was actually quite nice. But point is, it still haunts me. But I know, it's just, it makes all that shit worth it. So I want to say thank you, and I want you to know that your support never goes unnoticed, and that's the big thing. And I hope I can keep giving you guys something good here. I guess I don't know. I just don't want to ever let you down. Never want to let you down. Never let you go. I wanted to sing fucking Never Gonna Give You. There we go. Nailed it. Took me a minute for me to rickroll my fucking self. Anyway, I am fucking shaky today. That's awesome. I blame the floor coffee. Anyway, how about we actually get started? We should quickly run by what happened last episode. Yumiko kept on being all stabby, or as she started being stabby, she kept on being a wee bit of a bitch. I'm sorry if I'm shitting on everyone's favorite character. Again, eventually, I'll probably grow to love her, and she'll tear my heart out, but not in a murdery way, but more in like a, your story, it compels me, kind of way. I don't know, we'll see. So here's that. We learned that Amane, I'm so mad because, Manamana does not translate well to text. Because when I say it out loud, it's Amane, but it does not. It just looks like going do in the fucking title. Anyway, point is, we got to meet a little bit more. We got to meet more about her. We got to see more about her. More than I wanted to see potentially at all. Just completely. Cause she is an individual. I love her, but Christ. Anyway. So that all happened, and now we're shopping as some sort of revenge for the titty. We're just gonna move. We're gonna watch this. I'm sorry for the very long intro. We're gonna get through this. Anyway. The Fruit of Grisaia on the Raid Division, episode 4. Women's shopping methods can be broken down into 2 patterns. Also, I didn't get any complaints on how I handled Yuji. Admittedly, I never got any complaints before the first time, but I'm just saying, so if you guys are okay with it, I'm just gonna wing it and go with whatever, because it seemed like no one really gave a fuck, and I will take that as a positive. Type A throws around anything that catches her eye into her cart, whether or not she has any need for it. Type B deliberates endlessly over cost efficiency even when she has a pressing need, and ends up buying nothing. You have described me. This is not like a women thing. This is just me. All the time. And it's the type B. My impression of the woman named Amane, probably influenced by her large build, was that she was likely the careless sort who'd follow the former pattern, but apparently I'm not much of a judge for these things. I think I would have assumed that as well. She striked me because of her just kind of I don't give a shit attitude. I would have assumed she would be a part of the first one. Not because... Scared the shit out of me. That was loud. Okay, should we hit the grocer yet? Greengrocer? Also, that's a terrible voice for Amane. This is like a Makina voice. What am I doing? What? You're still buying? If you needed vegetables, why didn't you get them at the supermarket just now? Stingy bitch. I can't judge. I will hunt down that shit. I'm cheap as fuck. Doesn't mean I won't spend money on shit I do not need. Did you guys see ReZero? I saw ReZero. I know what I spent money on and I didn't need to, but I did it anyway because Emilia is the shit. Moving on. I understand in theory that specialty shops are better than general retailers, but as the one being dragged around, changing stores as rapidly is a serious nuisance. Also, I have fucking potato chips sitting in front of me here, and I keep looking at them wantingly. That's my fucking reward for getting through this. It's like, survive the naked, get the chip. And then probably make a Death Note reference. That's what that's from, right? I'll take a potato chip and I've never seen that show. Heard's very good. We're gonna move on. I'm sorry if I'm off right now. I did not think I was gonna be able to record this today, and then apparently I can, so I'm going to. Because Amane mentioned she wanted to buy oolong tea, I want to try oolong tea, just because I like the sound of its name. I'd reached out for a 2-liter, 158 yen bottle at the supermarket, but only to have her slap it my hand away lightly. Boy, I will buy the fuck out of some tasty-ass tea. In her words, Don't buy that here. Get tea packets at the drugstore, or you can make 52 liters for $4.80. I can't word in that voice, so we're just not gonna do that, or something. Also, she's right. Go for that, dude. Again, I'm cheap. Go for it. I realize I'm not one to speak because I literally have just a thing of tea sitting here next to me, and I haven't used it, but I keep buying tea instead, like a plebeian fool. So I can't really judge. I'd take everything that I'm saying with all of the salt, just literally all of it. And so I ended up following her to the drugstore. Should I stop interjecting? Probably. I'm still not 100% sure I'm willing to commit to saying she's a romantic interest or anything, but that's some sweet, tasty carrot onion request.
Amane-chan, irashai! Kyou mo kawaii ne!
Oh, but she's not as cute as your voice, Mr. Green. You fucking animal. She just doesn't give a fuck at all in the slightest. And I can respect it because, again, she just... I mean, again, she uses what she got, and that's fine. But, it's the mark of a gold-digging devil is all I'm saying. Malibu? It's like Malibu, but not at all. I am the toughest luggage boy. Dude, I'll be alright. What? Nani? Growling, the dirty old greengrocer sizes me up. He just grabs me by the fucking neck. Sizes me up with a blatant scowl on his face. I've seen Yuji's face. He's a pretty attractive man. I disagree with you, sir. Alright, ma'am. Hey, dickface. I am a fucking priceless bum, thank you very much. And I have one as well. What a witty, funny fucker I am. Oh, you're terrible. I'm not sure what's so funny, but the greengrocer cackles heartily as he stares into my face. Oh boy. Oh, you asked the magic words. That would be Kazumi Yuji. Occupation, student. I cannot express to you how much I enjoy that as a fucking running joke. I mean, obviously, considering I keep doing it, I obviously find it funny, even though it isn't really. It's just where we are in life. Alright then, well. Number one, I will gladly take your strawberries, because strawberries is fucking delicious. That being said, you don't gotta tell me the truth. Gracias, senor. I smile and lower my head in a slight bow, prompting the old man to shout, "What? You can smile after all?" I don't know what that voice was. It's probably racist. In an even louder voice. Also, that was probably the most normal fucking way he's interacted with any human being so far in the game.
Oh, Makina, service sukkara yo. Yuji mo na.
Of course. Gracias again. Yuji's got that fiery Latin temper. Are you judging my face? Huh? What are you talking about? That is the sound of me smiling. Alright. Well, you're strangely perceptive at times. That's my secret agent training, which I said as a joke, but still might be true. I still don't know the specifics of this show. Game. It has a show. Damn it. I almost choked on my own spit. Fake smiles are an expression of consideration for others. Do you want me to scowl instead? This is true. Spell a smile, that's all that really matters. As long as you're not actually being a dick about it. That's all that matters. I was taught that children's smiles and women's tears are weapons, but this is the first time my own emotional front was penetrated like this. Sexually, or otherwise. Oh god. That's an image. I may have been underestimating this woman. She is an individual, I will say this. She does have again, I describe her as by far, like, the person I would totally have as just my best friend. Because she seems like she'd be great for that. Just be like the fucking person you just kick it with and bullshit and do the, I guess, not give a shit if people are wearing shirts. But, whatever. It's like, I don't know, she just strikes me as fitting that kind of role in my life personally. She reminds me kind of a lot, with significantly less just revealingedness, of a lot of friends, female friends I've had over the years. Most of my fucking friends were female, like in a goddamn absurd amount. Made it really easy for people to call me gay, and I was one around all the pussy, damn it. Moving, I keep picking up the chips. Let's go. Let's just move on. Point is, I do like her. I think she's a very cool person. And she's interesting so far. I'm intrigued to see more. But with my heart and not my eyes. I was born with this face. It's true, you cannot fix that shit. I know, because I have mine. We bringing up the sister again? My sister was... Yeah, well, in her case, she always kind of had this sleepy expression. I have perpetual sad face. When I have resting sad face. I used to get it, dude. Throughout my entire. I'm sorry, I keep dipping out of fucking playing the game like a normal human being. That's probably really annoying. But I don't know. I did have kind of a really depressive, shitty fucking existence through high school. But then again, who fucking didn't? The popular people. But I couldn't be one of those, so I had what everyone else had. But even on the good days, and like when I was good through life, I apparently just I've always had a face that just, when I'm just sitting there, it just looks like I'm probably gonna jump out a window tonight. I'm just gonna end it all. Like I don't know. I've never really understood it, especially since I do like to be very performy and make people laugh, and I'm a fucking jokester or some shit. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Why bring up my sister there? If I had to guess, it's probably because she wants to know more about you, and I would imagine learning more about your sister would probably help do that. Especially if that sister happened to matter to you at all. More importantly, are we finished with shopping yet? I don't know what those noodles are, but I'll have some motherfucking tofu and some miso soup. That shit's delicious. We're still not done. Just carrying rice. So I'd been promised when I agreed to the shopping expedition, but in the end, I read that very awkwardly. Ignore the fact that I am a voice actor, because that shit did not sound like it. I ended up following her around for a good 2 hours. Damn. Oh, you're welcome. As she speaks, Amane is packing away the ingredients she purchased, for some reason, into my refrigerator. Bitch, are you just moving in? I mean, fine. If we have to do it that way, that's okay. Again, you can kick it. I'm just saying. I mean, you might make for a fine roommate. Again, friend, roommate, I could see that. But fucking tell me. So she's the child at heart and not just at face. I take it. It's not a problem, but you mind if I ask you something? Why are you putting that stuff into the fridge in my room? That is not an answer to the question.
どうせろくに使ってないんでしょ。ほら、イチゴあげるからさ。
Oh, did you hear that sound? Did you hear that? I wonder. I'm gonna play it back for you guys just a couple times.
ほら、イチゴあげるからさ。イチゴあげるからさ。
Oh my god, I love it. My sweet blue-haired baby. Let's move on. I'm definitely not gonna remember to edit that. Just in case I didn't. She said Ichigo because strawberry. I'm sorry. Please God, remember to edit that in, or otherwise I'm gonna sound like a fucking idiot. That's from the pack that old man at the Green Grocers gave me.
私がいたからもらえたんじゃない。冷蔵庫の中の牛乳も飲んでいいからさ、ね。
What trade is this? It's not that I particularly care about her using the fridge, but her barging in here every time she needs something would be a pain in the ass.
そうだ。今日のお礼に晩ご飯作ってあげようか。
Can you cook? This is anime related. So you can either cook really well or awfully. It is one of the two. There is no middle ground in anime. I've already cooked rice, and I've got canned food for the side dishes, so... Fuck nah.
おかず、缶詰なの?
It doesn't sound nearly as good as fresh. Yes, I will agree.
それにお米って炊飯器もないのに
Got a
どうやって
microwave?
炊いたの?
You can make it work. Not well, but you can make it work. Using that over there. I point to a cylindrical mess kit-style rice cooker made of aluminum, currently towering over the IH cooking heater. I don't know what that is. Is this secret missile codes?
暗号で炊いたの?
Yes. Maybe. IH heaters can't quite manage aluminum, so I've been using a gasoline stove I had with me instead.
サバイバルだな。よくそんな道具持ってたね。
My man has got a whole, like... I'm a retired military man who lives out in the woods. Yeah. It's only normal for a man to have a stove or two. Normal for a man is probably an overstatement, but it's standard equipment for a backpacker. At least, ideally, you'd want one that you can use the unleaded gasoline you can get from gas stations. That can. Damn it.
ご飯持って私の部屋来る? おかずが缶詰だけじゃ寂しいでしょ? どうせマキナの分も作るんだし、一緒に食べようよ。
I'm not eating shit, shut up. Nah, I'll pass.
どうして?
I mean,
心配しなくても、こう見えても
you've already seen her tits. You might as well try the cooking. Usually it would probably have been the other way around, but I mean, you do what you gotta do. Makina would be there, wouldn't she? Maybe that's a good idea. You can use it as a way to help bridge the gap between you and the scared little muffin child. Please don't be undressing if we do go there.
そっか。マキナ、まだユージ君のこと。
True, but again, you could use this as a way to help alleviate that. Exactly. I think it'd be better if I wasn't there. See, Amane know what up. Again, that's some best friend material right there. It's not gonna happen that fast, and if I go out of my way to eat quietly, she'll just end up feeling more uncomfortable. I'll pass after all. Again, you got to try a little.
まあ、今日は仕方がないとしても、マキナと仲良くなってくれれば。
Well, that is a very kind offer. You're telling me to become friends with her in exchange for food.
そうは言わないけどさ。
Yeah, I don't think that was what she was going for, but I mean, I guess you could technically see it as that if you were really jaded. Yuji, Aw. I don't have anything against her, and I don't want to be on hostile terms, so I will try to talk to her, but I'm not going to guarantee that's going to improve things between us. You managed to somehow pull fucking Yumiko out of stabbing you to death constantly, so I think you can perhaps handle Makina even easier. I believe in you, Yuge. My dude. Since my personality is what it is. In response to that implied statement, Amane answers, "That's good enough," with her smile. That's a much better voice. Later's Manamana. As soon as the words are out of her mouth, Amane briskly leaves the room. But, hey, wait, you forgot the overnight bag packed with Amane's spare clothes is still lying in the center of the room. That woman, she isn't planning to change in my room again, isn't she? Please, God, no. I don't want to do that again. At least not for a good minute. I'm used to doing it very sparingly. More to the point, I'm sure I locked this door when I left this morning. How did she even get in here? She's got her own keys, my boy. Either that or she's like a... Dude, I was about to say she's got lockpicking skills, but then you immediately sassed me about it. There aren't any signs of damage to the lock, and I can't imagine she's got a secret talent for lockpicking. Does she have a spare key or something? Again, that's kind of my assumption. Is it Suo? Like Tamaki? I'm not... Please tell me how to pronounce that. Unless it's like French, and it's just random. Suo Amane? Probably not. If you can, tell me. I'd like to get that right. The creatures known as large women are mostly careless, but weirdly attentive to certain details. I have noticed this in fiction. They possess unusual intuition as well as pointlessly... as long as you're willing to call it out. And on the whole, deserve to be handled with caution. They're interesting creatures, for sure. Then again, isn't everyone? No matter what sort of life you're living, you'll run into people who just won't listen to what you have to say. When words don't get through, the easiest alternative is beating them into submission. Certainly a bit of a rough solution, but when you're dealing with another man, it's at least an option. I mean, at least you're not willing to just beat the ever-loving shit out of women. But when you're dealing with a woman, let alone a shrimp of a girl who doesn't come up to your shoulder, it's a different story. If you start swinging your fists around out of irritation under those circumstances, anyone would call it bullying the weak. Damn, it's a bad style and would leave an unpleasant aftertaste. What's called... Damn it, I'm dying. What's called for in such situations is perseverance and patience. In this age of rapid scientific progress, I'd like some machine you could stick on your back, throw the switch to Zen-like, and instantly gain infinite self-control. Delicious floor coffee. But sadly, despite the market potential for such a device, the world isn't yet at such a convenient place. Dude, can you imagine? Eventually, if everyone could have just a button or something they could click and it would immediately make them okay at social situations. It's one of those double-edged swords, because you'd be like, everyone can get along, but also be like, wouldn't everyone just kind of turn to robots after a while? This was Philosophy with your boy, Shannon the Cryboy. But no big deal. Fortunately enough, I'm pretty used to endurance tests. Oh my god, that was a series of noises I did not need that loudly and deeply in my soul. Makina, I'm gonna need you to take a step back from the microphone. What are you, Shannon? It's a joke, because I probably should back the fuck up from the mic sometimes. It's been 5 minutes since I spotted Irisu Makina walking around aimlessly. I'm gonna call her Makina, because Irisu is got too much going on, but again, I do like that name. Wandering aimlessly around the camp, fuck me in the neck, and called out, "What are you up to?" in a casual tone. Oh, you said... Idiot fool. On the bright side, she reacted to my voice and stopped dead in her tracks instead of fleeing, but beyond that, things haven't gone very well. Staring fixedly up at my face, Makina doesn't speak a word. Can you not speak Japanese? Oh my goodness, Mr. Chancellor, she's having an experience, and that is not good. I don't know why Bento showed up. Her little noise made me remind myself of Bento. I'm sorry, it's just where we are in life. Silent as always. Makina shakes her head back and forth in denial, apparently having understood my question. Are you afraid of me, maybe? Or Her silence continues, and this time there's neither confirmation nor denial. It doesn't seem likely that she didn't understand the question, which would mean this one is in uncertain territory between yes and no. Right? Because you'd be like, a little bit, but you don't want to... But yeah, because you can... It's very easy to be like, I want to be into you, or I want... That sounds... That's too far. Like, I want to... Like, be able to communicate and reach out to you, but I'm too terrified to actually do it. Like, it's a weird... It's a real thing, no? Lord knows that's a thing. God knows that's a fucking thing, Shannon. That's why you didn't get a girlfriend for so fucking long. I'm repeating myself, but this sort of communication takes a lot of patience and persistence. I try to consciously consider things from Makina's point of view. And then I try and snap my fucking spine in half. Dear God, man, that hurts. A transfer student with an unclear background. What's more, a man 178 centimeters high. I don't know how big that is. I am a stupid American. 78 centimeters. Yeah, I don't know how big that is. I imagine he's a taller man. Like, I don't, again, I'm a 6 foot fucking 3 or 4 goddamn giant man, human, creature, demon. I don't, like, I'm a fucking freak of nature, so I don't, everything is kind of small to me, and I hate it, because my knees will slowly deteriorate. And that's not great. From the perspective of Makina, who I'd guess to be about 140 centimeters, it might well be a little intimidating to have me towering above her. For the moment, I crouch down so that my eyes are level with hers. It seems like you were wandering around the grounds. You looking for something? She speaks! Makina speaks a single word in a quiet voice and once again shakes her head in denial. Then what were you doing? That's a point of interest to me, but, well, if you get down to it, whatever or wherever she is or whatever it is she's doing, it's her own business, I suppose. It's true. I'm not a policeman, and I don't have any reason to drag it out of her. In this case, it might be best to find some words to wrap this up cleanly, give her a friendly goodbye, and let this timid creature on her way. But, as I reach this conclusion, Makina slowly moves her hand to the rear of her skirt, grabs something with her stubby little fingers, her itty bitty little finger doos, and pushes it in front of my eyes. What's this thing? At a glance, the item Makina's small hand, in Makina's small hand, is a toy-like object roughly the size of an egg, with an LCD screen buried into the center. Damn it. Oh my god, is it a Tamagotchi? It's holy fucking shit it is. Do people still have those anymore? Like, I never really, I think I had one when I was like, what, 8? 6? 2? Like, I had one when I was super young for the smallest amount of time. And then they just kind of disappeared off the face of the planet. But it also kind of seems like they still exist out there in the world. And they just elude me all the time. It's weird. It's like one of those things that feels like it... It's one of those things that feels like it never really died, even if it did. Like, for some reason, Beanie Babies are the same thing for me. As far as I know, no one gives less of a fuck in this world about Beanie Babies in the past than they do now. Like, that... I messed up one word in that sentence, and then I had to completely fucking rewrite it. Point is... Like, it's one of those things that I'm pretty sure no one could give less of a shit. That being said, there's always a small part of me that's like, I bet you they're still fucking out there. Just waiting. All beanie and like... I also feel like the company might have gone... Well, let's move on. This is irrelevant. What is that? It fucking talks. On closer examination, there's a little unknown life form or monster, most closely resembling a chick, displayed in... So she got big titties as well. What have I done? Displayed in blocky pixels in the central LCD. It seems to be programmed with some cheap animations, about 3 patterns or so. Ah. Come to think of it, I remember reading a news article about this a few years ago. After developing the smallest 3-axis geomagnetism sensor in the world at the time... What? A certain company fed that technology into a children's electronic toy, which then became an explosive hit among grade schoolers. It's a pedometer, right? One of those things where the pet grows up faster the more you walk? Neat. Nodding her head, Makina returns the pedometer in her hand to her waist. That was like with the fucking, what was it? The Soul Silver and Heart Gold thing that they had for Pokemon or whatever. That was the Pokewalker or whatever. They had a fucking thing like that too, where you'd transfer the fucking Pokemon into your little pedometer and then walk around with it. It's one of those things, and I think they're fucking doing it again with Let's Go too. They're doing something very similar with the Pokeball thing. It's one of those things that I would never, I'm always like, I couldn't give less of a fuck. But then I kind of thought that about Pokemon Go, and now I play it constantly, because I am a fucking simple human being. We're gonna move on. Nodding her head, Makina returns the pedometer in her hand to her waist. In other words, she wasn't looking for anything in particular, she's just wandering herself. It's, fuck me. Her wandering in itself was the objective. I had to add an extra word in there, but I got it through it in the end. Walking's a good thing, since it's an aerobic exercise without too much strain on the joints. And if you're gonna walk anyway, having some sort of visible result from the effort might as well make it feel worthwhile. Bitch, tell me about... Is that rude? Makina points at the school gate as she speaks. I see. It makes sense that you want to avoid crowded places, given her extreme shyness. That would restrict her strolls to pacing around the school grounds, which would quickly get repetitive. So the digital pet serves a distraction from that boredom, most likely. You like taking walks? Hey, you Jimmy, you like taking walks? Let's go take a walk down by the docks. I think the fishes are out tonight. That was a weird turn I took for some reason. Sorta, isn't? Well, walking for the fun at this age might be a little odd. It seems more like the hobby of an old man. I walk. And I don't mean just normally. I pace around like a fucking freak all the time. Lest I go insane. Also because I'm probably constantly worried I'm gonna get a fucking blood clot in my goddamn legs and die. You have any other interests? Like reading, for example. You all about that manga? It is literature. Reading any books lately? Books? I don't know what that word even means, son. Manga's fine too. Whatever. To tell the truth, I'd already heard from Amane that Makina often reads books, and reading is a hobby of mine as well. I think it's a decent common topic for starters. Oh my god. In response to my question, Makina holds her right index finger to her chin and mumbles, I don't know about that one. While gazing up at the sky. Quiz books. Neato. Quiz, huh? Was it interesting? Interesting. Should I try for this? Should I try and figure it out? We riddle the fuck out of this. What is dangerously sweet and life-threatening to observe with the naked eye? This beautiful little munchkin child. Chris, bam! I'd like you to come take a seat for me. I don't know why I said bam. Chris Hansen is now Emerald Lagasse. What? That's another person who, another thing kind of disappeared off the face of the earth, it seems. Anyway, probably not. Again, it's just I'm out of the loop. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna say strawberry just because it's Ichigo, and that we've already established what this means to me. Oh my god, he's about to go into it. Too. Life-threatening to observe with the naked eye. What kind of death ray weapon is that? And a suite of all things? Some new tech from the West? Fucking Americans. Just goddamn. Just looking at it is dangerous. Could it mean it's probably some variety of optical weapon? Dude, you are taking this to an extreme. I'm gonna need you to come back down to Earth with the rest of us. Something like an X-ray possessing mass, or some sort of beam saber style light-based killing tool. Damn. You know, it's a moment like this that definitely makes me think I got Yuji wrong with him being a douche, and more that he's just a fucking weirdo. But no, if it's just seeing it as dangerous, then some sort of super weapon that radiates a pulse to the receptors of the eyeball using a flickering pattern to stimulate the brain cells and trigger accelerated apoptosis. Fucking nailed it. Hold it. This thing's sweet, right? A sweet? What the heck? Where do we go from there? All I'm getting is some sort of chocolate pastry shooting out a mysterious beam of light. Pew pew pew? Don't know. I give up. What's the answer? Kazumi Yuji. Fucking weirdo. What? See and that is a bullshit answer to this riddle. That being said, fuck you, you made me smile. See and die. Ah, I get it. I missed that angle. Candy. Some bullshit. That was actually really cute. I liked it. No, you must stay here forever. Yeah. Sorry to hold you up. The fuck is that bullshit? Without even a buyer later, Makina leaves the area with a trot, as if fleeing from me. Doesn't seem like she outright hates me, though. God, is that you? I clicked out of the fucking game and almost started playing music. I'm gonna do that shit. I'm gonna do. There we go. Should be a little bit better. Fuck. Isn't it the opposite, though? I don't know why you're now British. How the fuck long have you been there? Oh, well, that's not too bad. What do you mean by the opposite? Again, I could see that, because again, that feeds into what I was saying earlier about the, you know, I may be shy and concerned, but I'm shy and concerned because I'm worried that if you get to know me, you will hate me like everyone else always has. Oh, that's real and sad, isn't it, Shannon? Oh, high school. Trying not to be disliked?
Makina って本当はもっと明るい子なんだけど、明るすぎてうざがられることも多いから警戒してるのよ。
I mean, again, I totally get that, and it makes me real sad because the thing, like, I'm looking out from outside into that situation. I'm like, yeah, no, fuck yeah, well, that's fine. I tell her she doesn't need to and all that, but then I realize what it's like to be in that situation. I'm like, oh no, that's a crippling fucking fear. That takes a minute to get out of. Even when someone tells you, especially if you have been in a situation or 17 where you have done that and it has done nothing but ruin your fucking life. So, again, I get that. Again, real and sad. And now, god damn it, light novel, visual novels. Not light novels. Sometimes light novels. Visual novels fuck me up. True enough. I remember seeing her rushing around brandishing a cicada and cackling that first time. She was a fucking nightmare human before. Again, that's cool though. If that's her normal state, then the way she behaves in front of me would certainly be a product of deliberate self-restraint, but I'd say that's fair. I'd say that's a fair thesis you have given us, ma'am. I think it could be interpreted as a simple fear as well. What makes you say that? Can you bring yourself down to her level? Kick it with the homies. Be that camp counselor who turns his chair around and sits down on it backwards and be like, yo, let me tell you about Jesus, though. Sorry, moving on. We're just gonna... Yeah. When I was a kid, there was a time I'd been surrounded by unfamiliar adults and found myself on the brink of tears. Dude, I get it. When one of the adults stooped down to talk with me face to face, I immediately got emotionally attached. Again, it's bringing yourself down to that person's level, making you guys feel equal, because, I don't know, that I totally get that. It's the way I tend to look at it. I've been there. Again, I'm a fucking giant. I kind of have to sometimes. Looking back, I feel like shouting, well, you sure got attached to an outrageous person, or complaining about what an idiot I was, but...
ほら、私も背高い方だし、最初はマキナもなかなか懐かなくってさ、目線を合わせて話すって裏技に気づくのに1ヶ月もかかったよ。
And now she's glued to you, or something like that.
確かにべったりだけど、言うほどいつも一緒ってわけじゃないわよ。マキナは基本的に一人
Not
で
sure I
遊
would
ぶ
have
方
really
が好
expected
きだ
that.
し。
Again, my expectations don't
そ
mean
れに
shit
あ
really
の
though.
子、感情のムラが激しいっていうか、あんまり変な意味にとってほしくないんだけど、ずっと一緒にいると疲れるのよね。
Maybe she's playing by herself because she understands that.
うまく説明できないけど、猫みたいなものよ。構ってほしい時だけニャンニャン言ってすり寄ってきて。
Yeah, I fucking get that.
飽きた
You hear
ら
that,
スッ
cat?
といなくなっちゃう感じ。
Probably not, because you don't speak Japanese. You don't speak English either, though, so fuck me.
くせっ気でふわふわしてるし、体もぐにゃぐにゃで柔らかいし。
Flexible and soft, you say.
体温が高いから抱くと暖かいし、なんか甘ったるい匂いするし。
Oh, warm hugs.
猫っぽいよね。
A cat. I see.
まあ、慣れないうちはそっけないかもしれないけど、絶対に悪い子じゃないから仲良くしてあげてよ。
I never would expect her to be a bad kid, but I don't plan to force her to be friends if she doesn't want to be, but yeah, I'll try to avoid being hated. If I avoid unnecessary contact, I shouldn't inspire any hatred, or come to hate anyone myself. In exchange, I won't be liked or come to like anyone either. Maintaining emotional distance along appropriate lines is essential, but extremely difficult. Dude, I fucking know. Aspect of forming efficient interpersonal relationships. Of course, there are always these careless puppy dog types who will leap into your arms, wagging their tails right from the start.
何よ、私の顔じっと見て。
Talking about how you way too fucking friendly, son. Well, I was just thinking about how beautiful you are.
キスしたくなっちゃった？
All right, Amane, close your eyes. Do. Her chest swelling with some ridiculous expectation, Amane closes her eyes and thrusts out her lips as instructed. Moving quickly and silently, I make... Shoutouts to you. Huge. Moving quickly and silently, I make good my getaway, leaving the girl to her foolishness. I was like, how long is she gonna sit there, though?
どこ行ったのよ。もう意地悪。
It's good to know that even though you can manipulate others quite well using your you, still kind of fucking gullible, and I can get behind that. Again, that's friendship material. I see. Makina may have the right idea. Leaving out later or goodbye entirely and silently running away certainly is less troublesome. Don't take it the wrong way, Amane. Do. It's not that I hate you. I'm just trying to avoid being hated by you. Aw. I like this game. I'll see you guys in the next episode. If you liked it, like it. If you want to talk about it, comments exist. Share it with your friends. You're much likely to get by in life sharing this one than sharing the last one. And subscribe and stick around if you guys want to see more. Toodles, Doodles, and Lemons. Tamagotchi. No, wait. Toodles, Doodles, and Tamagotchi. Fuck. I fucked up my own joke. Damn it. I'm gonna cry again. I really hope I remember to go back and edit that Ichigo thing, and otherwise I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot. That's the reason I'm saying this right now, is so that when I go to do the ending, I'll like, oh fuck, you're right, the Ichigo thing, and then I'm gonna spend 70 fucking minutes trying to figure out where in the video that moment was. It was towards, we were in the, okay, never mind, I'll figure it out. Goodbye.